Hey guys, it's Stephen from the future here. Just a quick update on this video. So basically what happened was we never shot an intro on this one, so this is why I'm doing it at silly o'clock at night on an editing night. So in this video you will see some time lapse, some talk about what's going on with the website, some repairs, and later on near the end you will see Pamela's sizing guide, how to measure for equipment. So stay tuned for that one. So sit back, relax and enjoy this video. Well, good evening. It is Wednesday. I don't know the date. I don't even know what time it is.
It's 7:15. It's the 11th of September.
That's how busy we've been tonight. It's been one of the ones where I walked in the... What time did you say it was?
7:15.
So it's 7:15, so I walked in the door at 5:05 tonight. I was 5 minutes late and there was a queue of skates a mile long. I've literally just done most of the skates, just finished and just got off the machine, and I started back on the glove repair from yesterday. Now obviously this has been a bit of a crap video because there is literally nothing that we have been able to do. There has been, other than standing in front of a machine sharpening skates. I know you guys don't want to see me doing that every single video, but I've tried to take a break away from it, but we have done our best.
What we could do is maybe they would like to see me. Probably you're going to have to do one of those. Here, me measure you for kit.
Inside leg measurements not included.
You don't need your inside leg measurements. Obviously we talked about a sizing guide and sizing stuff. Maybe we could do that.
It's all well and good talking about it, but we actually have to put it into production, or that actually into like.
Well, I did do a sizing kit, a size tonight for a kid.
Where was a GoPro in the back getting used? Where was your camera? In the drawer. Exactly. So there is two cameras that run. We run obviously a GoPro and we run an Insta360 GoPro 2 or whatever it is.
And hold that.
Back in a minute. So Friday the 13th.
I know.
Lucky for some.
Lucky for some.
So we are in the shop. It is, just double checking the time, it is 12:20. We are late today.
Always late.
Always late. Always happens. Hey, it's one of the things. We were waiting on an order coming. It didn't come. It's been delayed until later on this afternoon, which is a nightmare. So this happens all the time. We're just about to leave. We get a delivery notification to say that it's coming at between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, and then it gets pushed back till a wee bit later. But hey, but what can you do? So what is the plans for today?
Just got a few customers to update because we are waiting on our CCM order coming in, but I don't think it's going to be until Monday, even though we had kind of thought it would come in today. So that'll come in on Monday. So I'm just going to give everybody a wee text message just to say everybody's waiting his helmets, because we've got a big order of helmets coming in. And maybe text today just to say it's due in on Monday, be ready to collect from Tuesday. All being well, we don't like to guarantee anything until the couriers deliver because they're awful good at hiding boxes in warehouses. We'll do that. And I was working this morning at home on the final 2 uploads of products onto the website, and they're almost finished, so we'll get them wrapped up on the website, and hopefully Scott can get this website launched, hopefully maybe over the weekend, hopefully, if he's got time to do the filters.
I think the only thing we need a filter for is the crap music for up the stairs.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear it, but obviously I'm going to put the camera up towards our ceiling, but the Jordan Boessa Matt Haywood interview, last time we were in the shop doing that, it was squeaking up here. Then obviously there was light fittings started shaking up here, and then over here as well we had the squeak that was coming from the joist. So it's great fun when you're in here on a day-to-day basis, when you hear bang 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 bang, and then you also hear change station now, which is a nightmare. The plan for me today is get these gloves somewhat finished if we can, and then obviously I've got some editing and stuff like that I've got to do as well, so I'll catch you soon. So we did have a plan of doing some things today, like sizings and stuff like that, but we've got some sharpenings to start with, and there's a bag of sharpenings just here as well, and a load of customers at the front, so we'll do a wee quick time lapse on this, get this stuff done, and then we'll do some other stuff.
I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching.
There we go. Right, so I've obviously just finished my sharpenings, or not finished them, there's still a load of them sitting on top of the machine, but I thought I would take a wee couple of seconds just to show you something quite interesting. Now, we had a customer, or a friend of mine, Big Paul McBlain, who went to Canada and bought his new skates, came back with that M50 Bowers skate, and obviously one of the things I'm going to say is he got it done on an automated machine. Now, I don't know if you'd be able to pick this up, but the burn marks on this is unbelievable. They're all burnt, there's chatter marks all over them. He had no edges whatsoever, they're unlevel. So that's just a wee kind of hint for you there how good automated machines can be. I understand fully that there's people out there that know how to operate the automated machines, and I understand fully that you will sometimes get a really good sharpening off of them. Other times you probably won't. On this occasion, I'm going to say that the sharpening quality is absolutely rotten, and from my opinion, he would have been better not bothering getting them done and getting them done here, that just because he knows then they would have been done right. So Paul, being a bigger guy, he's about, I'll refrain from saying what weight he is, but roughly the same weight as me. So if you check back in my videos, he's maybe actually a wee bit heavier than me. So they put him on a 5'8", and the big guy skates on 5/16, which is in between a 3'8" and a quarter. So no wonder he couldn't stand up last night. But they'd sold him a profile, they've sold him all this kind of stuff, and it didn't work for him. I totally understand that there's people over in Canada and America that think they know what they're doing. I would like to say that I think I know what I'm doing because I've done this for a long time, but with regards to sharpenings, the quality of these is absolutely rotten. But this brings me to my next thing that I'm going to talk about. So obviously we can see here that the new Bauer steel has got a chamfered edge, and you can see it's slightly different. Well, originally we had the conversation before about JRZ multi-fit steels, or I had spoke about them previously. Now, can you understand and realise what's going on here?
So this is the new iteration of the JRZ multi-fits.
So this is a design pending one, but basically if you look here, it's exactly the same shape, but it's got the chamfered bit cut away. So you're now able to get a steel which is an alternative, and it's probably there or thereabouts in price, maybe actually a bit cheaper. So that's something for you guys to keep in mind, that obviously the JRZ steels are now multi-fit, and will, by the looks of it, they'll fit a Lightspeed edge, they'll fit a fly holder, and they'll fit an XSB or an XS CCM holder. So now you have one set of steels that will fit three. So we are now going to be looking at stocking these full term and looking at getting rid of the likes of the Bauer Fly and the Fly TI, due to the fact that these will fit. My opinion is these are basically a derivative of step steel from what I understand, and they're going to be one of the better steels to have, obviously because just the steel quality is a lot better. They're obviously available in the black steels as well. They're a wee bit more expensive, but as far as I'm aware, they're slightly cheaper than the Bauer ones, Fly TIs, and they're also slightly cheaper than the step steels. So it gives you guys an alternative. That's just obviously my 2 pence worth. I personally think that that's a great idea for them to come out with a multi-fit steel, especially in this day and age. You're getting a lot of people moving between brands. Example, you might find it one week they're in a Bauer, the next week they decide that they're going to change into a CCM, and they can take their steels with them, obviously if they have the JRZ multi-fits. So for me, it's a good positive thing that we're seeing, especially with this. It's not that I dislike Bauer, it's just I've had my issues with them over the last couple of years. I won't get into that. My opinion is anybody that's got a multi-fit steel wins, in my opinion. What are you doing now?
Apparently watching you and do your 2 pence worth.
So what is your 2 pence worth in this matter, or this issue?
Well, you said it all, so...
Oh, typical. Thanks very much. Are you just going to sit there and just smile and go, you did all the work as usual? Did you get your camera out today?
No,
Have you even checked to see if it was charged? No. Meanwhile, while my arse is a blur, you're sitting in here going like, I'm kidding on, I'm going to do a wee bit of work.
I am going to finish these uploads, and it's not going to be very interesting for
Put it as a time lapse.
Put it as a time lapse.
Put it as a time lapse, and then I can put it on, because this is apparently all we've done in this video so far. There's going to be time lapse, time lapse, time lapse, time lapse, time lapse.
It's coming to the time lapse part of the season, isn't it?
It is and it's not. I'd like to be able to do some more stuff and show some more stuff. Just obviously the situation is we've got to take the work while we can, and there's obviously a lot of sharpenings that's going to have to get done. So unfortunately,
pre-season, just starting the season, first games, first training sessions, teams just getting back together. So there's a lot of, I've not had my skates out of my bag for 3 months, can you fix them please?
We're seeing a lot of people bringing in their skates with a lot of rust on them, and we're seeing them coming in with a lot of chips out of them as well. So having to run them through the cross grain quite a lot, which is, it doesn't really make a difference to me, it just obviously takes a wee bit of the steel away.
A lot of guys, when they're skating through the summer, they're not really bothered about whether their skates are sharpened or not. But once you're running into training sessions and then they're playing games, that's when they need their skates cleaned up and sharpened and better edges. So it has been very busy for the last couple of weeks with sharpenings.
That's one of the good things. It keeps me away from the computer and having to do anything else, which means that I have to do editing when I come in from ice hockey on...
He doesn't have to, but he does because he's high on pre-workout.
Yeah, so it's usually, you find that what happens is I'll come home from hockey and get my stuff organised and I start editing about 12 o'clock. The other night for the what was it, the video Pam's in the Grumpy Club, that video I ended up editing, I finished editing at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I had... You
just come in and you're just so focused because you've had the pre-workout for hockey that you just...
I lose track of time and just keep working.
Me and Hector are sleeping.
Yeah, I don't know who's worse, snoring and farting.
I don't fart.
Her or the dog? Oh, that's right, aye, you don't.
I do snore because I've got a really sore nose.
Yeah, so anyway, right, I'm going to get back onto the sharpenings and then hopefully I'll get a chance to have a wee look at these gloves and see if I can get them finished, because obviously I'd like to get them back to the owner as soon as possible. So here we go. So majority of the sharpenings that's been in today so far has been North Ayr Junior Development. The reason being is they are on the way to Belfast tomorrow, so they're going to need all of their skates done. So we have one pair of goalie skates, one pair of goalie steels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of skates that we obviously, or 5 sets of steels that are going to have to get sharpened. I'm going to crack on and get them done. I won't bore you with the time lapse on this one. The next job that I've got as well, I'll just move this smelly bag out the road. We have Joe Barr, who has brought me in his skates. Now this is the skate that Joe has been skating in for the last 20 odd years. As you can see, it's feeling pretty sorry for itself. It's creased here. All of the eyelets, or most of the eyelets, have been replaced at some point. All the holders have been replaced, the rivets have been absolutely shot as well. Now Joe likes a soft skate, and the problem that we have with the skates nowadays is they're just too stiff for him. So originally what he had is he had bought a lockdown pair of skates, not working at the time. He decided to buy a pair of 1X's and he brought me them in to change the holders on them, because he had converted them originally through lockdown to inlines. So he then came to me today and he now has a pair of, believe it or not, Vapor X 3.0s, and this is the more or less the stiffness equivalent to what he is in the 7000s. Now as you can see, the 7000s are falling apart, and you can also see there's quite a heavy rocker that he's got on them. There's not a lot of steels left. So Joe has tasked me with the task, believe it or not, of removing the steels from here and shaping the steels exactly the same as these ones, because he's having issues turning. So that is another job that we will try and get onto today, and hopefully I'll get a wee bit of time lapse, or I'll even talk you through what I'm doing when I'm doing it. So as we can see, what I've done is I have trimmed the toe and the heel of the skate and obviously shaped it so it is now the same shape as the previous skates, which are over there. That has all been done. So the way that I basically did that was I popped the steel out of the old skate and then drew around that one and then ran it through the cross grind. Dead simple. So it is 5:10 on Friday. As you can see, the shutters over my shoulder are shut, and obviously we are closed. We didn't get a lot done today, other than the fact that we had a lot of sharpenings and a lot of stuff. Sat and ate my lunch there just now, or my breakfast. Busy day.
Was busy, yeah. So
we never managed to get any of the stuff done. Pamela and I had originally had a brainstorming meeting at home to ask each other what we would like to do video wise, keep it clean. So what we decided what we're going to do is we're going to do a wee segment eventually, maybe tomorrow, depends obviously how busy we are tomorrow during the day, if we're going to do a sizing tutorial. So that's going to be obviously helmet sizing, glove sizing, elbow sizing, shoulder sizing, shin sizing, shorts sizing, and obviously with your skates as well. We can obviously have a wee look at that as well. Obviously it's kind of more beneficial to get your feet measured properly if you're going to be doing your skates, but with everything else, all the equipment stuff, we can obviously help out with sizing guides for that. So what are you up to?
I'm just cashing up.
That's it? Just cashing up?
Just cashing up. But I was just finishing contacting my customers and I was going to finish those uploads, but we had a nice visitor today, so everything got abandoned.
Yep.
Again.
So Al Gould, the photographer for the Glasgow Clan and the Paisley Pirates and the Lightning Pirates, came in to say hello.
Let's say he started as a Castle Semple inductee into the sport, so we were discussing that today.
Yep, so Al actually met me 2010 when Castle Semple, which is a loch, it basically froze over. It went to like -17 and we had a full-scale ice hockey game on it. So it was pretty cool, and Al was just randomly out one day. His daughter had originally told him to go and take some photographs of swans for her, and obviously he went down to go and take photos of the swans and found out that there was an ice hockey match going on.
Yeah, there wasn't much swan action that, unless you got talking about your swans.
Aye, well. If she's wondering what you're talking about, it's the swans, the gun show. But anyway, so that was the story. I'll come in today, spend some time with us, reminiscing and catching up. So it's been good to see him today.
He always brings us biscuits.
Yep, he brought us digestives today, which was good because obviously I'm allergic to chocolate. So
and shout out to Big Boone who brought us the chocolate biscuits.
Yep, exactly. Big Jim Payton had done a skate sharpening for him to help him out. He had taken the edges off it, or somebody had done his skates and made a mess of them, and I fixed them for him. Brought in a box of biscuits, which Pamela has
I've made a start on.
kindly made a start on because obviously she likes chocolate and I'm not allowed to eat it. So for Friday,
hit the road, Jack, because it's 5:15 and we've got 2 wee smelly babies to pick up.
Yep, so the other thing was, as well as we maybe mentioned earlier on, that there was a courier on the way with an order, and let's just say that courier has not turned up. So the order that we were waiting on today that had to be delivered for tomorrow, some of the things that were in there had to be picked up today and picked up tomorrow, is not here yet again.
Delivery.
So this is one of these ones where the delivery was made in plenty of time, or the order was made in plenty of time, but the delivery has not came to fruition just yet. So
seems to be on the back of somebody's
yep.
van somewhere, so we'll see. It was supposed to be here between 2:30 and 4:30, but we're at 5:15 and there's been nothing. It's still showing out for delivery, so we will get home and find out what's going on.
Well, we've made it to Saturday. It is Saturday the 14th of September and it is 3:29 in the afternoon. Obviously we opened today at 12:30 and it is the first time I've managed to actually sit down today again. We've been very busy with sharpenings and repairs, which has been very good. It's good to see the season back because we really needed it. So obviously Pamela was in charge of the camera yesterday and today at points, and you will laugh because you'll think, well, where's all the content? Well, Pamela never bothered her ass recording anything. She said she was going to dig out her camera and she ended up, her camera never had a charge in it, so then this one was going to be used and then she never bothered, and then people come in to speak to her and then she never recorded a thing. So we're now in the process of me recording as usual and Pamela just sitting there acting like a princess, thinking that she knows the best. Right, talk to the camera, talk to your fans. What are you up to?
I'm going to measure you.
Is that right? Aye. What specifically are we looking at measuring?
Your ego.
I don't have a big ego.
No, you don't. What I was thinking we could do would be run through tips and helpers on sizing a kit, what you should look for in buying a kit, and then this and that. So how about trying to talk without the M's and R's and As? There's only so much editing I can do to make you look good. Okay, so we'll run through a sizing, tips and pointers on what the kit should look like, how it should fit.
So the big issue with this is we don't have a lot of the kit in stock that would be my size, so we're just going to have to go with the measuring tape at the moment, and then I'll do a what's in the bag at home, and then Pam can obviously critique the sizings of my equipment. Okay, that's how we're going to do this one, because seeing as Pamela come up with the idea, and she was originally wanting to do the DSLR camera with the mics so it could both be hands-free, but it looks as if this one's going to be a bit difficult to be able to do because we don't have any mics or the DSLR. So we could maybe set the camera up here and you could, we'll stand in this wee area here and you can measure it. I'm pretty sure. Either that or I'm going to have to wear that, or get you, I tell you what I'll do, I'll get you to wear the thing on your head. This is where you measure, this is what you do, because then we'll get a bird's eye view of Pam. We'll get a bird's eye view of Pam going like that, looking up at me.
Well, I thought we could maybe not necessarily try it on the kit because we don't have it, but we can run through a how-to guide on sizing to allow some customers a wee bit of idea of how a kit should fit and what they should be looking for. The differences between each range and why the differences will impact your game.
So 5:10 on Saturday, we have just finished our shift and I'm still waiting on Pamela to do a sizing guide. Still waiting. So in that time, one of the things I did manage to get done, I know if you've been watching the last couple of days or the last couple of videos, there is a Pam in this glove. It's all been sewn in by hand, funnily enough. As you can see, it's sewn in by the speedy stitcher all the way around. All the fingers, thumb, the lot, all done in place. Now I've just got to do the next one, which is still sitting there waiting to get done, which will be a job for next week. So here we have it. Mrs. Measuring tape. So we're obviously going to show you how to measure and what to measure and how to measure.
Okay, so
step forward just a wee bit. There we go. Get yourself into the frame. Oh.
So when you're measuring hockey kit, if we talk about children, so the main theory to your hockey kit, if you are a child and an adult as well, but the taller you are, the harder it is to achieve this. Each piece of equipment should touch or overlap the next piece of equipment. So where you have your chesty, it should come down in towards the belly button area. Your shorts should come up and cover the kidneys at the back. So not on your hips, they should be up here on the back where your kidneys are, so at the bottom of the rib cage. Your shoulder caps and sleeves should come down to about here, and your elbow pads should come down with the cuff of the glove coming up and creating as much coverage on the arm as possible. Obviously, if you are 6'4", you're going to find it extremely difficult to find equipment.
Aye, better.
Up. You're going to find it extremely difficult to get all your equipment to touch or overlap the next piece of equipment because you just don't. But you want to minimise the contact that your body has to the open where it can become injured, slashed, whatever. So areas to measure is going to be chest, waist. I used to measure for elbows, which was taking the measurement between the middle of the bicep and the middle of the forearm, but you tend to find, as a guesstimate, your elbow is going to be the same size as your shoulders. Obviously, if you've got massive, great big high arms, then you maybe want to have a wee bit more of a bigger elbow where you're going to get a bigger strap.
Or you bring it to me and I make it bigger for you.
Some people like smaller elbows because they want more movement. Some people prefer a bigger elbow because they want more coverage. You want to try and get full coverage on the body. So when I'm measuring a kit, I start with simple measurements of asking the customer how tall they are.
6'4".
6'4". I measure their chest. So your chest wants to be measured along the middle. Kind of leave it, you can make it as tight as you want. I tend to just keep it nice and not massively tight but not massively loose either. So for you, I would say you're about 47.5 chest. Waist is kind of around here. It's not the hips, which is down here. We don't need to know the hips unless you were making them a suit. Waist is about here. To measure your glove, there's loads of ways online to do this. The simplest way that I've found, straightforward, right angle from the crease in the elbow to the crease in the middle finger. Switch it on a wee bit. There. So you want it nice and flat.
From there to there.
From there to there. So lay your measuring tape at the crease, run it along, and then you go. Stephen's a 14-inch glove, which he is. Where you have a child that's measuring between, say, an 11 and a 12, I'd always go for the bigger size because they grow so fast. However, the gloves are one piece of equipment that really has to just fit because you're handling the stick. You need to have the dexterity to be able to shoot. Your shorts are based on your height and your waist. Your chest is based on your height and your measurement on the chest. Elbows, again, you can measure. Some of them do give you, but you keep the arm straight, you measure here. I tend to just put the same size of elbow to the chest, unless they massively look different, which is fine. We've done the gloves. Helmet is...
You want me to done for this?
Yeah, you can do it in inches, but I do centimetres. Inches for everything else, centimetres for helmet, and it is just along...
Just above the eyebrows.
Just above the eyebrows, and Stephen is 59 centimetres, which puts him in the large on most helmets apart from the CCMs.
Shin size? Shin
size is from the middle of the kneecap to just above the crease in the ankle. You don't want it on the crease in the ankle because it'll be too long. And that means that any time you take a stride, the shin is going to move. So I want to take from the middle of the kneecap, which is about there, run it, if you can just stand up straight, run it down to about the crease in the ankle, which is usually above the trainer line, and that's a 17-inch shin, which is what Stephen wears anyway. And that gives you the sizes you need. Now we have our nice fancy Nancy conversion charts in the back, and that's secret, you're not getting to know that. Most of these you will find online. Our have their own, CCM have their own, Warrior have their own. We have compiled our own through years of compiling all that information together, and that's what I keep in the back, and that's what I use to completely and utterly size a kit for a child. So to summarise, you want most of your kit to touch or overlap previous pieces of kit so that the front of your body is entirely covered by protective and that you're minimising the contact that you can have to become injured. I hope that was very helpful.
That's it. That's Pamela's in-depth guide. That's her one piece of wisdom that she's going to pass on to you today. Good job.
And that is what you get when you come to Cold Blooded Sport, is my expertise and knowledge of being able to get the kit sized right. Although we have got to the stage where I can kind of look and size. That was your method of...
I could usually just genuinely, somebody would walk in and I go, right, medium harness, medium elbow pads, 14-inch shins, and it usually would be right. But then now I'm not as in touch with it as I used to be. I used to do everything. Now I only sharpen skates and fix things.
He's been demoted.
I've been demoted, aye, exactly.
So yeah, when I've not even got any kit sheets that are printed off. So we have a kit sizing guide that we've put together, which it helps give you guidelines on how to do what we've said today, and I use them myself in store. When you come in for your kit and you come in for your measurements, that's what I use to get information together to create individual kit deals or individual kit needs, whatever needs to be done.
Cool. So with that said, that is the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, like, share and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Goodbye.